Ladies and gentlemen, from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice, Deacon Gerald Celente.
Hello, everyone. This is Deacon Celente of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. Freedom is the word. A lot of people are talking about that. Don't hear a peep about peace with these wars going on. And justice, well, just us. We're the only ones that they go after as the criminals in charge keep doing what they want. And the COVID war has destroyed lives and livelihoods far beyond what is being reported. The implications of this are devastating. Morally, physically, economically, spiritually, they have sucked the joy and beauty out of life and have only instilled fear upon us. And what has happened is that we're living under dictatorial powers and freedom has been stolen from us. And the way was led by the Chinese when they launched the COVID war in January 2020, the year of the rat. First, they locked down Wuhan, the city. Other cities stopped the protests in Hong Kong. Italy followed, and one country after another followed the Chinese way, forcing people to put masks on, locking them down. Who would have ever thought this would have happened in the free world, where you have these presidents and prime ministers and premiers and mayors and chancellors and senators and executives from the county telling people what to do, forcing vaccinations. Well, I shouldn't call them vaccinations in this term, but they have been forcing them. Gene therapy inoculations into the human body. Doing what they want, the Chinese way. This is from Thursday, April 14th, New York Times. China's zero COVID strategy shows perils of autocracy. They're 100% right. But what they're not saying is these perils of autocracy have taken over here in America, or what used to be, in the UK, in the EU, in a country near you. We are being forced to take an inoculation injected into our body that comes from drug companies whose CEOs have made well over $100 million, as reported last year. Just 3. I call them drug dealers. They say, oh, no, that's not proper. A drug dealer is one out in the street that paid. No, they're drug dealers too. They're dealing drugs. They get paid for it. A car dealer, you can call it a car dealer, but you can't call it a drug dealer. They're drug dealers. Apocalyptic scenes in Shanghai's rebellion against zero COVID chaos. Residents attack police after being evicted to create quarantine centers and try to break barricades and hunt for food, while hazmat cloud communist thugs still can't stop cases going up. This is from one of the Daily News, whatever, one of the UK papers. It's no different. Look what they've done up in Canada. Why are you talking about this? There are still people in jail that started the Freedom Convoy. Justice? And look at all the people that have been vaccinated fully that keep getting the virus. Nancy Pelosi, Obama, Clinton, a number of these actors that went out and played their role to sell the virus, fully injected, fully boosted, and fully COVID. Adam Schiff, another representative. These aren't representatives. They only represent the people that give them money. They call it lobbyists. They're gangsters. Yeah, lobbying. We'll give you money to do what we tell you to do. We'll call it a campaign contribution. One after another. Fully vaxxed and enforcing it on us. It's the Chinese way. And tensions are heating up between the United States and China. United States Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said this week that China must end helping Russia in the Ukraine conflict. The world's attitude towards China and its unwillingness to embrace further economic integration may well affect China's reaction to our call for resolute action on Russia. Resolute action on Russia. They're going to war against Russia. China's response in the Global Times, no way Yellen can scare China into changing stance on Ukraine issue. They're taking us to war. This is what China wrote in their Global Times. U.S. causes humanitarian disasters around globe, killing innocent civilians and creating millions of refugees. And they're doing one story after another, week after week. Call America vampires in the war, U.S. warmongers, feeding on the bloody turbulence of other countries. The poison disseminator, how the U.S. spreads biological poison, ethnic division, and ideological antagonism around the world. Can't you see where this is going? Russia warns U.S. of unpredictable consequences if weapons shipments to Ukraine continue. It's basically stop sending weapons. What if Russia and China sent weapons to Iraq and Afghanistan and Libya to defeat the American wars? What if they did that? Would America accept that? Why is America getting involved in another Russia's war? And then, with the words coming from the Treasury Secretary, that they're basically going to do everything they can to defeat China any way they can. So it's yep. The world's attitude towards China and its willingness to embrace further economic integration may well be affected by China's reaction to our call for resolute action on Russia. It's war talk. Everybody that believes in their religion should stand up for the fight for freedom, or else succumb to Satan. This is a holy week for a number of religions: Catholic, Jewish, Passover, Easter. Where are the religions speaking out for peace as the weapons of mass destruction keep being sent over to Ukraine to keep the killing stream going? Stop sending weapons of death. Where are the protests? Where are the peace movements? We're going to have one. That's right. May 28th, Memorial Day weekend, up here in Kingston, New York, on the Four Corners of Freedom. Judge Napolitano will be one of the speakers. If we don't stand up and fight for peace, we will succumb to satanic, demonic people that are destroying life in front of us. It's unprecedented. Businesses are going out of business all over. They're not coming back. Nightlife dying down. Yeah, young people are going out, but old people aren't. At least, this past week, 24 people shot and injured in New York subway. As I warned when this happened, things are going to get worse. When people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And they're losing it around the world. This is serious. 25% of Americans felt financially stressed all the time last year, according to CNBC poll. Imagine feeling financially stressed all the time, and life is difficult even in financial good times. Again, murder rates, poop, crime rates, up, suicide rates, drug addiction, forced to live the Chinese way, a communist, autocratic government in total control of the people. And it's happening in a country near you. Look at the people that are destroying our lives. Look at their caliber of who they are, how they speak, and what they do in the name of freedom, peace, and justice. Nothing. Nothing. We are on the cusp of World War III. If we do not stand up and do all we can to bring peace on earth, it'll be hell on earth. It's happening in front of our eyes. Hundreds of millions of businesses, lives, and livelihoods have been destroyed by the COVID war. And now the Ukraine war with the sanctions. Again, 25% of Americans felt financially stressed all the time. 41% said they feel financially stressed sometimes. And now that financial stress is increasing with the sanctions that have risen the price of just about every product that we buy as our lifestyles decline. This is so serious that everybody really must get it in their heart and soul during these religious seasons that people believe in and their religion. As I said, everybody that believes in their religion and their God should stand up for the fight for freedom or succumb to Satan. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And in the Christian religion, Friday was Good Friday. Good Friday? Yeah. 3 days after the Prince of Peace became violent to drive the money changers out of the temple. The same money changers as today, just different names. Today they're the Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, one after another. So 3 days after the Prince of Peace became violent and made a whip to drive the money changers out of the temple, because what they were doing to the people was put on a cross, nailed to a cross. And that's what we're all being nailed to right now. We're being nailed to the cross of hate, autocracy, dictatorships, and the loss of freedom for people to tell us what we should put in our body is demonic and satanic. For people to keep sending weapons to kill more people, it's demonic and satanic. For none of the religions that I've heard to speak out for peace, I only ask, who is your God? What God do you follow that would not stand up and fight for peace, love, liberty, freedom, and justice? Thank you, and wishing you all the best, that we unite under the umbrella of the God, the universal God of freedom, peace, and justice.